Hi everyone, Alan from Newlands Nursery. Hope you are well and welcome to today's 5-Minute Friday. Today we are planting up some fantastic Helleborus. This particular variety is Pretty Ellen Double Red, a really nice variety. So if you don't know Helleborus, sometimes known as Christmas roses, and the reason for that is that they tend to be one of the first things that flower in the year. So not quite for Christmas, although sometimes they can. Generally speaking, they're going to flower January, February sort of time and continue all the way into the spring. A really tough, hardy plant that can cope with so many conditions. So great in the garden and great in a container, which is what we're doing with them today. So they are quite a quick growing, not quick growing, that's probably not the right word, quite an aggressive growing plant. So they can really bulk up over the years. So I've gone for a really big container. Now, believe it or not, one of these plants planted in here would fill it over time. Probably in a couple of years, it's going to fill it and bulk out. But I want it to be a little bit quicker than that. So I'm going to put 3 plants in there. So what I want to do first is I'll put some compost in there. Just want to top it up. So I'm going to top it up till it's at this level. So the surface of the compost is here. Okay, so that's how deep we want the plants to go in. So I've put a bit in there because nobody wants to just watch me fill up a pot with compost, because that's pretty boring. Spill it all over the plants. That'll wash off when we water them. Even I got bored and it was taking too long. So there we go. Okay, so that's topped up there. So what we want the plants to sit in the container, it's going to fall over just like that. Okay, we see the back one a bit better at that sort of level, so we don't go all the way. So we don't want the plant sitting in like that. We don't want it flushed like that as well. We go just a little bit below, which helps with watering. So then what I want to do is grab the plant like this and give the pot a good squeeze. Okay, Helleborus like a reasonable amount of food, so going into fresh compost really does help them. So I just place this a little bit away from the edge, so about that far away from the edge, and I'm creating a triangle with the 3 plants. Okay, so just repeat the process for all 3 plants, and these will flower next year. So when I say next year, we're filming this in the autumn. These are going to flower in a few months. So just after Christmas, they'll start flowering. The first year, as you can imagine, you don't get quite as many flowers. And then as they establish themselves, they really do put on a show. And they're very long-lasting flowers. We've had Helleborus in the garden that are flowering all the way to April, May, depending on the variety. So what I'm doing now is just filling in the gaps with the compost, so topping up the container. Like I said, it's a nice big container. The main reason behind that, like I said, is the size the plant gets, but also that really helps with getting a load of nutrition into the plant, because they can be hungry plants. So the more food they get within reason, the better they're going to grow. And it's as simple as that. Give it a good water. Now, a lot of people planting a container this time of year would say, do I need to put it in a greenhouse? Do I need to keep it warm? There's lots of plants, and this is a good example of it, that prefer to be colder. In fact, you're going to get better results to be colder. Helleborus are a good example. Pansies are a good example. They want to be outside and get some of the harsh weather. They just make nicer plants. And Helleborus are a good example of this. So this can go straight on the patio, straight in the garden with no issues at all. Simple as that. Any questions at all? Get in contact. See you soon.